Good morning, everybody. This is Julian, aka MegaJLan, MegaJLan, or however you want to call me. And today I'm going to be doing this video for a cosplay wig test. I am going to be attempting to style this wig. So do keep in mind, this is going to be one of my first attempts to do this. So if I'm not good at this right away, please forgive me and just bear with me on this. So. This is a chocolate brown wig from ardawigs.com. It's a cosplay store that deals with a wide variety of wigs. I highly recommend it. I'm going to be working with several things today. All of it's going to be quite, and I'm going to be working with stuff that's going to be washable, because just in case I make any mistakes. Because if I do, I want to be able to fix it. So I have right here a cup of cold water to fix anything that's going to be cold. Because what I'm going to be working with is going to be washable. So yeah. Also ignore the space. I'm also going to be trying to use this comb for wigs, because I'm going to be working with these hair fibers. So. Also, I've read online bobby pins, hair pins like these will also be good for keeping any of these anything like spikes or bangs together, because I'm going to be trying to spike this wig. Also, you're going to be using a hairspray such as this brand, for instance. It's called Got To Be. You can get it for pretty cheap at Walgreens for like $2.99 or whatever the price was. I only have one at the moment, but it's pretty cheap. Let's see, what else? Also, for keeping certain tips together, the glue I was told to recommend would be this brand. It's tacky glue. You can get it for like really cheap with coupons, like at Michael's, Joann's. I got this one at Michael's, I believe. It's also washable in case you end up making any mistakes. So yeah, I believe I have everything together. Pins, comb, water, free spray for the hair, and glue, all washable. So let's get underway, shall we? So, like I said, well, first of all, you're going to need to have your your wig mounted on a headstand like this. Arda Wigs has these hair brands that go underneath. Have these straps that go underneath your hair. That's pretty good. Yeah. It will help to keep it in place. Otherwise, you can use something like pins to keep it in place. So yeah. So yeah, okay, my first step is obviously making any spikes to stick together. Well, first of all, I'm just attempting this right now. So this is an attempt on this video, so I don't expect everything to be perfect right off the bat, so. Because, I'll be honest, I'm new at styling wigs, so. I am expected to make a few mistakes here and there, because, you know, the whole trial and error process. So, yeah. Also, with this wig, I'm hoping to avoid cutting it if necessary, because I don't know if I'm going to be needing to do that. Also, for references, it would help to like keep something like a computer or iPod or something that can do internet searching. So. That way, if you want to look up any characters, that'll have the hairstyles you need. It would be a smart idea to look it up on the internet. Okay. So, for other people who are interested, Arda Wigs has their own YouTube channel for like styling wigs and how to spike them. I got some pretty good tips off of them. I'm hoping to get some good use out of it, because you never know when this kind of stuff will come in handy. So yeah, I'd recommend going up on Arda Wigs for like tutorials, wig, and how to style stuff. They also may have tips on how to like spike and style, or how to splice wigs together. Sorry if I'm losing my words here. So yeah, one of the first things I would recommend doing, or they would recommend, or any other professionals doing, is like look up references online and okay, a little bit of honesty with you people who are still watching this video. This isn't actually my first time I'm trying to do this. Well, actually, this is kind of technically it. Well, first time recording it, to be honest. I did one wig already that I was trying to do for myself. The character was, what was it? Yes, Denki Kaminari from the anime series My Hero Academia. So. And I did that all on my own. Well, I did have some references pictures from other cosplayers who did this, like on Instagram. Arda Wigs may have helped. I also redid one for Breath of the Wild Link, because the one I got from another cosplay store, 5 Wigs I believe, was starting to fall apart, unfortunately. So, if any of you who are from 5 Wigs watching this, whatever the company I bought this off of, it was at Gen Con Indianapolis last year. No hard feelings, you have a wonderful selection. Unfortunately, it just fell apart on me. I'm sorry. But rest assured, I got some good use out of it. So yeah, if you're going for spiky-haired characters, and I'm sorry if I keep repeating this, for like anime characters, have a lot of spikes and tips on their head for their hair. I can name a few characters like Izuku Midoriya, Denki Kaminari, different variations of Link. Who else? Even some characters from old classic games and animes like Lan Hikari from Mega Man NT Warrior, and OKKO, Let's Be Heroes. That's a new one that just came out. It's one of Cartoon Network's new shows. So yeah, just about any character with spikes on them. So, yeah, I was told, yeah, these pins of any sort will really help you out in the long run. So, well, at least that's what I'm hoping for this one, anyway. I mean, heck, if you even want to do Sora from Kingdom Hearts to challenge yourself, go ahead and look up reference pictures for practice, because I really recommend doing that first. So yeah, in the so, I don't expect it to like stick all the way up. Up on my first try, because I don't know how that well this is going to turn out. So. Hair teasers might help. But I don't want to risk damaging it unless I know how well it's going to work. So. Again, this is a wig attempt. For those of you who heard that, just ignore it. That was my phone. So yeah, while I'm doing this, for those of you who are still watching this video, do feel free to leave some comments down below. Yeah, again, for sound effects in the background, just ignore them. So yeah, if you're wondering on where you can get bobby pins, I got mine at Dollar Tree for like $1. It's pretty reasonable. Also, I wanted to save as much money as I can because I'm kind of like a guy who has bargain eyes. Well, and I guess I might be considered a little on the cheap side. Now, I don't tend to spike everything because I may not need all of it, so... So yeah... Trying to see how I can approach this next. Again, I don't expect this to be absolutely perfect. Yeah, it always seems to look messy in the first part, so maybe I should start doing the back next. So yeah, by the time this video was recorded, there's going to be a few events that are going to be coming up. Let's see. WonderCon was recently. Also, a few things like Cherry Blossom Festival, SakuraCon, and Fanime are going to be coming up. Not going to SakuraCon because I don't have the money for it, mostly, and no way to get there. I am planning on going to Gen Con because, well, one, mostly because it's going to be my annual family trip there, seeing relatives. Fanime is definitely, I'm going to need to contact the head of the group who I'm staying with, so just to be on the safe side, because I had a fiasco a couple years ago where I thought I was on the list, but I wasn't, so. Yeah. Please ignore the splitting ends at the end, and the end of the spikes, because that is going to be the next step, spiking them. So, and that's going to be where the tacky glue is going to come in. For those of you who know my Gunvolt cosplay, I actually had that wig commissioned by Becca Luau Cosplay, who, aka Becca Parker. Or I probably should have said that the other way around. Becca Parker, aka Becca Luau. She's a cosplay star who lives in the Bay Area of California. Who are watching this? I'm not going to say where though. But she did wig commissions last year, and I thought I'd take advantage of it. So I had her do that Gunvolt wig I have, so who knows? I might do a cosplay tutorial to show how I did that, so how I did my cape jacket, to be honest. I may still have some of the pictures that I posted up on my Facebook page, Cosplays in the Works. I'll have to go through it and see what I may still or may not have. No guarantees I have everything still in place, though. So we'll just see about that. So there is a few things coming up also besides Fanime, Gen Con, and SakuraCon. The Kingdom Hearts event is going to be there. I unfortunately am not going. There is going to be a San Francisco Comic-Con, the place where it's going to be held at the Oakland Convention Center, where KrakenCon is usually going to be held. I can't wait for that to happen. Special guests include Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor Who, if I recall, Veronica Taylor, the original voice of Ash, Wallace Swan from many films such as Princess Bride, as well as one of the voices in Toy Story, I believe. Who else? Roger Bumpus, the voice of Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants, and Dr. Light from Teen Titans. also going to be there. Well, just listen to me ramble while I just do this sort of thing. So. Okay, just to record my process on my phone. So yeah, I think that's as good as I'm gonna want to get it for now. Might be a good idea to start spiking it. So yeah, for those of you who want to record process on like your mobile devices such as phone, iPods, or whatever, I give up. Pun intended. Feel free to do so you can post it on your social medias. Okay. Just one more turn around. Okay. So once we start spiking the wigs and styling them, we're probably not going to need the bobby pins anymore. So yeah, that's where this stuff is going to be coming in now. Fair warning, it's going to be very sticky, so if you can't stand to getting your hands all sticky, I recommend just bearing with it, or if you really are having issues with this stuff, I would recommend getting some plastic gloves if you have issues with getting your hands sticky. So. But again, this stuff is washable, so it's also in the back. Dries clear, non-toxic. It's clear. All-purpose adhesive. It says it's washable somewhere, but well, anyway. So, for what I did, first, I'm going to show you what I did. Squirt some on your finger like this, throw it out like that, rub it in like this, twirl it up into a spike if need be, again, take out the bobby pins if need. You can always apply more Also, if you're working anywhere near a sink, I was told a hairdryer would work, but I'm not operating near a sink right now, so I'm just going to have to wait until the glue dries. I probably wouldn't recommend using anything that's hardcore like a heat gun, because that's mostly used for like EVA foam and such. And again, I don't want to risk damaging all my hard work. So, and these things at Arda Wigs mostly cost like $30. So, unless you have a really well-paid job and are willing to like waste a couple of wigs, I wouldn't recommend doing anything destructive to it, or risk anything destructive. So yeah, I'm hoping all my the advice I got over the years, or I gathered throughout my time as a cosplayer, can go into effect and help me out here. You can always apply a more tacky glue if need to be, but I wouldn't recommend too much, because these are synthetic fibers that you're going to be working with. So, well, at least that's what I think it's made of. I can never remember these details. Again, if you make a mistake, that's what the water right here is for. So, best to keep it cold, because this stuff washes out in cold stuff. So, and after the pins come out like here, just put them back on the rack for you. That way you can reuse them again, and that make sure they don't get lost. Which is what I am doing right now. See? Okay. Also, keep putting your tacky glue lid on after you're done, or you know you're going to be away for a while, because in case because it dries off and you don't want to ruin an entire bottle of it. So yeah. Going back to the person I mentioned before, Becca Parker, she was the one who thought the idea of using tacky glue, and I think it's worked so far. It did with Kaminari and Breath of the Wild Link, which is a really good game. I really hope Breath of the Wild Link comes into Smash Brothers as a character, but as well as the optional, or as well as the original Twilight Princess Link, who's been in Smash Brothers the past two games. Becca, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the advice, and here's a shout out to you. Also, keep referring to your references every now and then. I think if I were to do a video like this again, I probably won't be a long one because I'm hoping my proficiency will increase afterwards. Well, my skill on how to making it anyway, or doing this stuff. Loose fibers sticking out, I don't think can be avoided terribly, but neither can some bald spots in the frames of the wig. And I'm prepared for stuff like this to happen. But yeah, I want to thank Arda Wigs for this wig. Even though it took a while, because this wig was on back order, believe it or not, and I had to wait a while for it to finally come. So. Probably getting it to stick up like this is where the got to be is going to come in. So. Whoopsie. Yeah, see that bald spot right there? I'm prepared for it to probably stick out a bit. Also, you probably would have guessed by now, if you're going to be doing something like this, it's best to work on a table where you can have a lot of room to work with. So. Yeah, I don't have a nail to keep this thing in place, unfortunately, so yeah. Stuff like this is inevitable if you're going to be working with just your hands on this. Again, be prepared for any fibers that may or may not come out, because I'm afraid that's going to be inevitable. Okay, I guess now's a good time to try using the Got2b, this stuff right here. Like I said, you can get it pretty easy at Walgreens for like $2.99 or however much they sell it. You may also be able to find it at Sally's Beauty Supply. Also, it would be best to like take some notes down, because that's what I did. So you're going to want to be facing it up like this. It's mostly used for like keeping fibers in place. And trying making it stand up. If you're going to be making it stand up, I would try doing it at the base like I just did. Whoops. Again, be prepared for any fibers that may still come undone. Again, I'm not the best with this sort of stuff, so... So if you have any suggestions, just feel free to leave them down in the comments. Also, it's important not to apply too much of spray or glue, so because it's going to be sticking down if you do. So. And depending on how heavy your spikes you're going to want to be, I wouldn't recommend it too much. So. Yeah, I'm expected for most of this to get a little messy. Then again, it never was easy. How long have I been recording this? Well, I guess this is as good as it's gonna get for the time being. I'll just have to wait for everything to dry. So yeah, I guess I'll just stop it right here. Well, I can pretty much call this video done. Until I decide to do, if I just do a part 2, I'll upload that as well. Again, this has been my first attempt to style a wig with live recording. So yeah, if you like this video, be sure to leave a comment, subscribe to my channel for more cosplay stuff, as well as other cool things such as gaming videos, convention blogs, and all that jazz. Be sure to like me on my Facebook page at facebook.com/MegaJLan. Also like me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. I also have Vimeo. You know, I just signed up for Cospix, which is a cosplay website. Also, if you want to support me on Patreon and or PayPal, be sure to do that as well. I'd really appreciate any donations. Every little bit helps, because it will help me make more videos like this and be able to do more incredible activities such as conventions and other sorts of stuff. So yeah. So again, thank you for watching this cosplay wig attempt video, and I hope you'll all see me for future videos. This has been Julian on MegaJLan / MegaJLan's network. See you all later.